Hello, my name is Michelle Carlson, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Eagan, Minnesota. Welcome to my card videos. I'll be posting monthly videos to showcase current products from Stampin' Up! These projects are designed for the beginner and casual paper crafter in mind. I'll be making easy, simple projects that you can use any stamp set, ink, and paper colors to create your own projects. Let me show you what we are working on today. This month, I'm featuring Impressions of Bloom stamp set with the lovely Garden Designer Series paper. The Impressions of Bloom stamp set is an online exclusive. It has 17 photopolymer stamps in this set, which is great for three-step stamping with the solid flower, detail flower, and then the inside of the flower. I love the different fonts in the sentiments. They can coordinate to have a greeting on the outside and a sentiment on the inside. However, the stamp set isn't available until May. The lovely Garden Designer Series paper is an online exclusive where you can go to the Stampin' Up! Website and find it there. It isn't in any catalogs. These come in 12 by 12 and you receive 12 sheets double-sided, 2 of each of the 6 designs. The colors that are in this Designer Series paper are Basic Black, Blueberry Bushel, Crushed Curry, Garden Green, Fresh Freesia, and Melon Mambo. Hello, I'm going to show you the Box Fold Fun Fold card. The reason I'm calling it the Box Fold is that when you fold this is like when you fold a box without, using the tape. And then when you open it up, you see what's inside. I got this card from my friend, Kathy Davis, for my birthday, and I thought that is very unique, and I never seen a card like this before. So this is the birthday card that I received from her, and then the message inside. So she used the zinnia flowers and stamp set and Designer Series paper for this card. And I'm using the lovely Garden Designer Series paper for my card. Now, what you need to make note of is the DSP. If it has a direction, you need to cut it a certain way. So this is my 5.5 by 8.5 piece, and it's scored at 2 1/8 on this side and this side. Okay, so if you scored it the long way, because this will be up and down piece, and then this one is your 11 by 4 1/8. It's scored at 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 on this side, and this is going to be your horizontal piece. And then we have Basic White. And then we also have 2 Designer Series paper here, which I'm using this side because this other side will be on the front. So I want to bring the outside or inside out. And I'm putting these on the outside of the card, which is 2.5 by 1 7/8. And then the Basic White is 2 1/4. And we have 2 of these, sorry, over here. 2 1/4 by 1 3/4. And then the inside piece is 4 3/4 by 3.5. And you have 2 Garden Greens that are 2.5 by 2. And then we have ribbon, which we'll need to use, which I'm using this Daffodil Delight, 1/8 inch ribbon. I think it's 1/8 or probably 1/8 of this ribbon, and you need 2 5-inch pieces. All of these are in the tutorial, the measurements, so you don't need to write this down or anything, but I just wanted to show you all the pieces that you'll need to make this card. The first thing we're going to do is varnish our folds. So where you scored, you're just going to fold this in half. Actually, I want to do it the other way so that I have my printed side inside the card. So So you have to look on both sides to see which one's going to be your outside and which one's going to be your inside, and then fold it accordingly. So I want this pretty side on the inside, so it's like a nice surprise, because you're basically covering a lot of this up with other things, so you don't need, kind of just need a less busy pattern on the front. So, and then non-directional is helpful, like this is non-directional. So what you want to do is put glue on the back side of your longer piece and glue it down on the inside of your other piece, and it should line up just in the center there. Now I cut this down a little bit less, like a 1 7/8 inch, because I felt that what made the folding a little bit easier. So down by a 1/8 of an inch. So let's do that. Let's glue that in there. So you probably have some. Hopefully this works. It feels a little bit low, but we'll try and make it work here. Otherwise, I got some new. Here's some new glue. So I should. There we go. So we'll just add some glue. Come on. There we go. Just in the center part of this designer series paper. And then we're going to put it in the, and make sure you put your directions. So we want the directional going the right way, directional pattern, the flowers in this case. So, and then just make sure things are kind of lined up on the sides and in the center of it. So we want to make sure this goes up, like that, and that we're even on the sides, because I could throw things off. So one thing, well, once it gets down, it gets down. Hopefully with the glue it's easy, but it sure dries, adheres fast. So that's probably the most trickiest, but I would definitely probably use the glue so you have a little bit of, you can move it. Otherwise, adhesive, just don't press it on too hard, press it on too much until you're ready to adhere it down. Okay, so let's try that. So I always like to test it out, and I might have a little bit of issue because I didn't get that over far enough. But so it just fits in just so. So I'm going to do my box fold, and I want to, make sure I do it the right way. So I put these sides, this one in up here first, and then I just want to varnish it together so that it'll close how I have it this way. So just varnish it on all 4 sides. And if you don't have a bone folder, you need one. Anyway, so here's my card. Make sure, here's my card. So when you have non-directional, you better make sure you're putting the stuff on the front the correct way. Okay. So I can pull that over there. Okay. The first thing you want to do is take your 2 designer series paper and figure out which one you want to put the ribbon on and which one you just want to leave plain. And so I think this has the most flowers on, and so I'm going to put that down on the left hand corner, and then we'll just put this one with the ribbon around it. So how you're going to do that is going to take some tear and tape and just tape it on the end, one of the ends here, and then take your pick tool, take that paper off. You're going to take one of the ribbons, you're just going to make a loop just like this. And you're going to stick it on, yeah, just so it's just like that, and then stick it on the tearing tape. You only need it to go halfway, so just kind of make sure it's going halfway there. And it doesn't matter which side you do first or second. Just make sure. This is non-directional, but I think it looks better this way. Now take the other end of the ribbon. Oops. Before we do that, we'll put some tearing tape on the other side. And I was afraid that was going to happen, so I'm going to get some more tearing tape. Now that I have more tearing tape, I'm going to tape it on this side of the designer series paper. And I'm going to, sorry about the shaking of the camera, and then place, so I'm going to, oops, put one of the ends through the loop here, and then bring both ends, bring that over and place your ribbon on the tearing tape. Now we're going to look to see if it's over, and I kind of want a little bit more in the center. So my goal is to, put the little knot in the center. I mean, it's okay if it's over a little bit, but let's see, maybe we can move this over here a little bit more. So it might be a little bit of fussiness, or it might be my perfectionist, coming out. But yeah. All right, I think that looks good. Good enough. So, and then just to make sure the ribbon stays down, I'm going to add some Scotch tape over the ribbon. We don't want, with the, coming in and out of the card and people messing with it, you don't want it to come off. Oopsie, here we go, just a second. This is really clear stuff. I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, and then we're just going to take some tearing tape that would just on this other, on the top and the bottom, where I don't have tape. Oops. There we go. And that will make sure it sticks down on our card really well. And I'm going to put it on the top of my card here. Make sure my flowers are going the right way. And we'll just center it on this square. Oops, just like so. Oopsie. All right, and just press that down. And then we're just going to glue this on or adhere it, whatever you have. I just have glue here, I guess. So I'm just going to glue this down on the other side of the card, just on the lower left. So I think that's correct. This is non-directional, so either way works, but I just feel most flowers are going this way, so that is why I put it on that way. So, all right. All right, the next thing we're going to do is stamp on our little basic white pieces. And we're going to stamp the sentiments or whatever words you want to use. I'm using the thanks and so very much. And the stamp set is actually a new stamp set that will be available to customers on May 6th. It's called Impressions Abloom. And you can do actually two-step stamping. So this is the inside, and then you have, you stamp this like in a lighter color, of that color, like stamp off, stamp that on, and then stamp that dark, or do this dark and then stamp that on lighter. I'm not going to do that because I just kind of like the insides of the flowers. It makes a cool impression, or in the, I just like it abstract, I guess is the word. So I'm just going to do the insides of the flowers, but this is a great stamp set, and I'm looking forward to using it more. So I'm going to take Garden Green and I'm going to stamp one of them with the word thanks and try to center it the best I can on there. And then I'm going to do so very much. And I like the photopolymer because you can see through it and can get exactly where you want it. Oh, and if you don't like how you stamped it, you just turn it over and try again. And maybe I better just make my card straight, and then I can line my stamp up and line it with the lines, and that's better. So then after that, I'm going to use the smallest flower in Daffodil Delight. And I'm just going to, let's see, that was kind of, well, that's really crooked. Well, that's all right. Let's see if we can maybe, and then I just do like a little, like 3 pattern kind of thing. And you can go over the words too, because if it's lighter than the words, it looks cool having it kind of go over the words a little bit. And just do a 3 pattern flower on that. And then lastly, we'll do the centers of it. And we're going to do the small circle center. Now this is the trickiest part, to get it lining up just so. You think a circle would be easy, but sometimes not so much. But we'll see how it goes here. Oh, not too bad. And then do this. All right. Oh, a little bit off, but that's okay. All right, then when we're done with that, we're going to glue them on our green layered pieces. So once I glued the white onto the green, then I glued the green onto these corners of the card. Now we'll do the center, the inside card. So what I'm going to do is with the green, I'm going to use the words, I appreciate you. Just right up in center. And then I'm going to take the larger flower, just the inside, and stamp that in Daffodil Delight, just like the outside. So I'm bringing the outside in, and so I'm just going to kind of put it right there, and then take the larger, the circle inside, and stamp it like that. And then we're going to glue it on the inside of the card. Whoops, that's the one, that's our one I made before. So here's the one I didn't do that. So, and then you just glue it inside, just like so. I won't have you watch me do that, but you get the idea of the one that's done. So let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, I hope you try this fun fold card. I forgot to show you a couple of others that I made. So when I was working on this, usually I do stuff that's like, this is a celebration paper, and I'm like, well, that's free, so it's nice to do something when you're with your free paper. So this was my first attempt, and then I did a silver ribbon like that, and then I appreciate you. So nice flower. Um, the flowers worked for this one also. And then this one, I thought I'm going to make a birthday card. So I tried the hooray. I don't know if I like the blue on this. I should have done maybe a different color. But anyway, that's what this one looks like. So, you try things, and if it doesn't work out, try something else. So hopefully this is helpful and give you some ideas and inspiration. You will find the measurements and product list on my website, michellesstamping.com, and click on card videos, and in the drop down, click on 2025 cards. If you enjoyed this project, give me a thumbs up and or add a comment below. I would love to hear from you. If you make a card, please feel free to add it to the comment underneath this video. I would love to see your cards and what stamp set and paper you used. I would love to be your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and help you with any paper crafting supplies you may need. If you'd like a paper copy of the catalogs and or to receive my newsletter, please email me at michellesstamping@gmail.com. All these links are below under the video for your convenience. Please click on the subscribe button, it's free, to my YouTube channel so that my videos will be in your notifications when I post a new video. Thank you for watching, and happy stamping!